Hello, everybody, or good evening. I guess hello is either good morning or good evening. Makes no difference. Everybody, we are here talking with Pam Lauzon. We're going to talk about 20 and 30 a bit, and really just like what the results are that like what it has done for her in her business so far. Keep in mind, you guys, this legit just started like less than 2 weeks ago. Okay? But I know it's been sort of just making monumental changes, if anything, in mindset first, and then the rest kind of just comes with it. But okay, so first things first, do you want to sort of tell us how long have you been in Young Living?
Since 2013.
2013. So what's business been like since 2013?
Well, in 2013, I signed up with no intention of doing a business. And then about a year later, my sister-in-law convinced me to do it with her. So I jumped on board very skeptical, thinking at best I'd get free product. And I would say within a year, we were paying for trips and starting to go to, saving up for convention and starting to actually look at this as a business and starting to treat it like a business. Yeah. And so I hit silver 3 years ago and have been sitting at silver ever since.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, at least you've been sitting at silver ever since.
Yeah, that's silver's like not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about silver. I'm just sick to death of it. But I have most of my business builders are in the same leg. So my team is like this like giant thunder thigh that like, all of them together. So I have gold volume, but I have silver rank.
Yes.
And so building the other legs has been the challenge for me. And but I have this amazing team. I have 3 silvers under me that I get to work with. And so, but they're just all on the same dang leg.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the thunder thigh leg. That's hilarious. That's what you said. Oh my goodness. I love it. So then 20 and 30 was pretty much like, yes, I need this because more builders, so you can level out your legs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what got you, were you ever on the fence, or did you just see it and you were like, I'm doing that right now? Or was there a thought process of, what's this going to be like?
To do the 20 and 30?
Yes.
Yeah, I was hesitant just because I have taken on an extra job in the last couple months. So I've been doing Young Living exclusively for a couple of years. I haven't had any other employment, but I had an opportunity kind of fall in my lap. And then so I took on a full-time job. And then I was like, well, I'll just be better with my time management. And then I took on a 3rd job. So, so now I'm rocking 3 jobs. But it's been good because I have to be so intentional about my time. And so I thought, well, I want to be really, really focused with the time I'm going to give my Young Living business so that it's epic whenever I sit down to do my work time. And so 20 and 30 was intimidating as heck, but also it was like, well, what am I doing? If I'm doing this, I better do it all in, or, I don't want to just come on my computer and post some stuff on Facebook. Like I want to get down to business. So
yes. Yeah. How red are you?
I call myself purple. I'm very blue and very red, but they're kind of evensies. So
that is hilarious. I'm like, because I am hearing that red. You're like, I want to sit down. We're ready to do this.
Yeah, let's get to diamond tomorrow. Yeah.
Right. So whenever I talk to you in those videos in 20 and 30 where I say, okay, my reds are probably saying, okay, can we like get going?
Get on with it, Marcia. Tell me what to do.
That is so funny. Rachel said, Judith said, Pam. Rachel said, sick to death of silver sounds like a great support group name.
Yes, I'm sure there are others.
Right?
Yeah.
Andrea, yay, Pam. And everybody's yaying you right now.
Those are my team.
Oh, boom. That's awesome. That's awesome.
They're so pumped. Yeah. They're doing it with me. So.
Are they? You guys are
I've got 4 or 5 of them that are doing the 20 and 30 with me.
Isn't that when you're all doing it together, isn't there this invisible sort of like energy? It's momentum that is like just gets you all going. Isn't that the best? Because that's like, man, that's awesome.
And one of them is not in my thunder thigh, so that's good news.
Oh, shoot. The thunder thigh. I love that. Hello from Franklin, Tennessee. Best team ever, Andrea said. Laura said, hey. Boy, we are feeling it, and I love it. What was I just going to ask you? Oh, I wanted to tell everybody what you told me right before we came live. She has a, what, 10-year-old?
Yeah.
Did you say
10? Okay. Tomorrow.
Yes. She's got a daughter that turns 10 tomorrow, you guys. So their whole house is decorated like what?
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
That's right.
I was like, just don't ever take down the decorations,
it's
right?
like heaven. I feel like I've been waiting 10 years for one of my children to ask me to do this. I am in like glory right now.
That's awesome. Oh, finally, as adults, we can have this, right? We can have this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Andrea, doing the 20 and 30 with you, Pam. Awesome, Andrea. Dawn, hi, ladies. Amanda, hiya. Everybody is feeling it. Okay, so what is the, I'm going to lose my voice. What is the thing that you were excited about the most whenever you started 20 and 30? Or what has been the thing, no, that's not what I mean. What is the thing that has changed you the most? Or how have you changed the most since you started it? That's really what I want to know.
I think that for me, and I hear my team, I've heard my team over the years too, it's always the struggle of how do I get business builders? How do I get business builders? And I think a part of the problem is that we have this idea that if we just sit still and do nothing, they'll fall in our lap out of the sky. And I don't think we've given ourselves permission to go out and find them. So this concept that you go to them instead of sitting passively and waiting for them to come to you. Oh, like what a novel idea. I can ask people to do this. So that's been kind of funny because it's intimidating, but also like it's not like I'm insulting them. I'm saying I like you as a human being and I would really like to work with you. It's a compliment.
Yes.
And they don't get mad. And, they might be like, no, it's not for me. Thanks for asking. But everybody who I've talked to has been like, wow, like I'm so honored that you would choose me. And, they say yes or no or maybe or whatever, but they're not going to yell at you. And so my team is predominantly yellow. People tease me that as a red, I've attracted all these yellows to like kind of mellow me out, but I think I terrify them. And
I hear you.
Right? But I'm getting good at, I think, at communicating in a yellow language. But this approach I can see is one that if you're approaching a yellow in that way, it's very direct and it can scare them. But also to tell a yellow to go out and find your team is scary. But the team that are doing it with me they have yellow tendencies at best. They're more yellow. And I can see that it's a challenge for them, but also it's empowering because they know that they're like, you have to view it from, I'm not chasing this person. I'm not hunting this person. I'm offering them something spectacular that's an opportunity. And I want to work with them and complimenting them. So it's not like that scary recruiting thing. That
it doesn't feel gross, right?
Yeah. No,
like it doesn't. That's so what I modeled it from is Eric Worre's thing, right? Like that's where, I mean, it's very clear that's where it's from. I mean, I talk about it all the time, but there's Eric Worre has to work with all MLMs. So he is like very, very, he has to be very high level. He can't really dig down into the meta on any one MLM or even any one industry, right? Because there are insurance MLMs, I think. There are prepaid legal MLMs. There are nail wraps. There are Tupperware. There's all sorts of stuff, right? There's books. There's all sorts of stuff. You could go out there and type in MLM and just find like a million, right? Well, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot though. Yeah, it does feel like that. But he can't like explain it. You can't talk to the right. here's the thing. Every MLM is going to have a different audience that's going to want to work with that MLM, right? Because it's a different industry. They're all going to have different audiences, and those audiences need to hear different things from that specific industry, right? So that's how, like, I took his framework, because his framework is solid gold, right? I took his framework, and then what I did is I just kind of, it's almost like it was an ice tray. Like, his framework was the ice tray, and then I filled in, like, the water in the ice tray, like where I filled it in was all Young Living stuff. Here's how we do it in Young Living. Here's how we do it in a heartfelt, authentic way, instead of like being kind of like a little weird, a little sideways. But
I think that's what's helped, because I've done 20 and 30 with Eric and Murray since I started with Young Living. I followed his videos and I've heard him speak, and you know, and it's like, yeah, that's great, but you just get up and you're, I'm gonna go sign up 20 people, but like it's just that next step. There's a missing piece there, and so as many times as I've attempted it, I have never done it. So it has been very helpful to have it in our language.
Yeah. Well, and then even after you have him signed up, then what he tells you, right, is, okay, now train him for 2 months, right? Yeah. And now you're going to have a class that you're going to train for 2 months, which for most businesses is probably the case. But for us, you just plug them in. For us, you just, you got systems already. You just plug them into systems that already are there. Let me see. Ooh, we got people saying stuff. Mary, Pam, she's one of my silvers. Boom.
That's my upline.
Oh man, hello there. Laura, hi Jennifer. Jennifer said, hi Laura. I'm just gonna read all of these. Oh man, Arlene, hi Pam.
That's my auntie.
Oh, is that your auntie?
She's one of my silvers too. Yeah, I've got a family business going. I got 2 of my silvers are in my family.
I love it. That's perfect. I love that. Andrea, it is a challenge. I'm green. So glad we are doing it together. Pam is so great helping lead us through this. Hey, Martha, love your modules and videos, working through them. Thank you. Arlene, hey, Martha. Yay, Pam. Oh, we're all just, yeah. So what would you say to somebody, Megan, Pam doesn't look old enough to have a 10-year-old. Okay. Thank you for saying that. Cause I 100% agree with you.
Megan is my best friend now.
Right. Megan is fantastic.
Yeah, it's called frankincense and myrrh. I can tell you where to get it. Cover myself in sandalwood cream every day.
Yes. What's your favorite face cream?
Sandalwood.
For
sure. And we don't have it in Canada, so I have to order it from the States. But I'm thankful it comes in a big old tub. It lasts a long time.
The intensive cream? Is it just sandalwood?
It's the sandalwood cream, the big tub of the.
Oh, I don't even have that. But sandalwood is in the art intensive. So and that's what. Okay, all right. I got you. I think
it's very dry, and so I think the sandalwood cream is just soaks it in. It's so good.
And it smells delicious.
It smells like heaven. And of course, I spike it with Northern Lights Black Spruce because I'm Canadian, so we just dump a whole bottle in. Oh my God. That's how we do it, right?
That is so awesome. Myrrh and frankincense. I always put frankincense on my face, but for some reason I just never did myrrh. So now I'm going to do myrrh too. I'm adding that to my bathroom.
Enough of Jesus is good enough for me.
That's also how I feel. My leader just emailed me, Eric Worre's Go Pro. Would you recommend Golden 6 first before reading his book? Oh, I would read his book any day of the week. I would listen to his book on Audible, actually. Like, that's how I do things. But because that's how I consume any material ever is via Audible. But the Golden 6, or Go for Gold, is actually what it's called now. That's actually going to be your system for Young Living. Go Pro is going to be great for understanding a universal level of kind of how you're approaching network marketing. And then actually it might be great to read Go Pro first and then go into Go for Gold. Because you'll have that real high level idea, and then you'll be like, ooh, a system. And then it'll feel like so much easier. So maybe that'll be a good thing for you. Arlene said she was your first sign up, Pam. She's telling us about it.
One person attend my first class, and it was a pity attend, and she was my aunt, and she came to buy lemon, and she bought a starter kit and then did a business, and then she passed me in rank, which really hurt my pride. but I caught up. I don't like people passing me.
I know, girl. I get it.
I always dare them to do it. I kind of want them to chase me. And so my team has come up with a hashtag, is hashtag beat Pam, because they know the red in me gets real competitive. And now they're like all coming after me. And I'm like, not going to happen.
Oh man. Yes. Yes. You're like a bunch of dogs around the thing, or like the rabbit. I don't know. There's things. Then they go in circles. Mandy, Golden 6 came at the perfect time. I know someone who teaches what Martha teaches, but it isn't YL specific, and it costs $1,000 for his course. There's that. Andrea, I want sandalwood cream now. I know, right? Debbie, sandalwood cream is the bomb. Boy, they are all loving sandalwood. Arlene, it was not a pity attendance, she said.
She always says that.
Ann Rose, hi Pam. Always love that story. Carly,
she's on my team too.
We got the whole team here.
Yeah, a whole team's here.
Whole team. Carly said that's awesome still. Andrea, gold for Pam in 2020. There it is. It's like she's running for president. So what would you say to somebody that is on the fence? What would you say to somebody that's like thinking about, and not that the doors are even open right now anyway, but whenever the doors open for 20 and 30, what would you say to somebody that's sitting there like, I don't know if I'm going to do it? What would you say to them?
Something that I have heard a lot of people say over the last 6 years is, we have all these goals. We all say we're going to be diamond, we're going to be RCD, and we have all these lofty claims that we make, but how are we going to do it? Where's that, have this how? And, something I've learned is that you have this amazing brain that can problem solve. And if you're faced with a problem, like how do I hit gold? And then you're trying to figure out the how, you're stuck, because the reason that you can't figure out the problem is that problem solving part of your brain doesn't turn on until you scare it to death. It has to be, it's what we do when we're threatened, right? When your brain is faced with a real problem, then the problem solving part of your brain turns on and goes, let's solve the problem. So if you jump into something with both feet, you take on something that scares you, it should scare you. Like if your goal and your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. And if your plan to get there doesn't shake you a little, you're going to continue saying, I'm stuck, my business won't grow, and I try everything and it doesn't work. All the things that people say, but it's like we have to scare ourselves. And so when you approach people and you're like, I want to do business, I want you to be on my team, or what, you do your whisper campaign and all of that. It's terrifying at first, but then afterwards you kind of go, oh my gosh, the how just appears.
Yes.
Right? It's like you're not, if you just sit and wait for the how to show up, like that's the problem, right? You have to take that step into fear first, and then the how comes, and suddenly you're like, oh, where you thought you ran out of people, now there's like 100 people. So
right.
It's a reverse thing, but that's the key. And so it might be bad news for some people if they don't want to scare themselves, but sorry, not sorry. That's the path to get there. And if you're going for diamond and beyond, if you're really going to go for it, you have to commit to that, to face that fear. So just do it.
Just do it. It's like that saying, what got you here isn't going to be what gets you there. And that's very, very true in Young Living specifically. What got you to silver isn't what's going to get you to, some other, because you can technically, you can get into silver. Some people can kind of on their own ish, right? Strategically placing and things like that. Some people can do that ish. But what it's going to take to get past and into gold and platinum and diamond is going to be doing this stuff that scares the snot out of you. But then whenever you're done, you're done. My favorite thing about getting so ridiculously scared about something is that afterward, all of a sudden I realize I can do anything. Exactly. Because if I just did that, now I can do anything. Yeah. And then, so now you're just Superwoman, and then you just go out and start doing whatever you want to do. And people are like, what are you doing? Whatever I want.
You know those days when you wake up and everything goes your way and everyone says yes to you, and then you have those crap days where it's the opposite? Well, how do you manifest the good days? This is how you manifest good days. This is how you have a high vibing day. You step into your fear, and on the other side of your fear is an epic day. So after you talk to a few people and you're shooken, and then you're like, oh my gosh, the rest of your day, you're just like up here. You're just elevated, everything elevated. Everyone you talk to is suddenly wanting to do business with you and say yes to you. But you have the control to create a day like that. And if you have the control to create an awesome day like that, why wouldn't you do it every day?
Amen. Can we drop the mic on that? Let me see what people are saying though. Rachel, man, passing upline in rank. Okay, here I come, Martha. LOL. Do it, girl. Get it. Do it. Do it. Carly, but you won't do it. But you won't. I mean, you'll try to do it. But then you know how it goes. It's gonna be fun though. Let's do this. Carly, that's a great analogy. Truth, feel scared. Amen. Ann Rose, love that. All of a sudden, you are Superwoman. Laura, I got to gold with product users. It is better to build with others who want to build too. Heck yes. Andrea, manifest good days. Laura, fly through the fear barriers. Amen to that. Boy, this is a good video. Cool. Do you have anything else for folks? Or else we'll all meander into our evenings.
I would say that what happened to me last week is that I had my number one person, the top of my Dream 20 list that I was the most scared to talk to, right? And that's the person, you got to do them first. You got to do them first, guys. Yep. Like you don't work up to that person, you do them first. And so I approached her really thinking this was a long shot. We hadn't talked about it before, but I had to do it. And so I messaged her on Facebook, right? And her response was kind of hard to read. It seemed like I wasn't sure if she was being polite. Like, yeah, sure, I'll talk to you about it. But so I told myself this whole story that she was just being polite. She's not actually interested. And then there was silence for a little bit and I wasn't getting responses from her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've made it weird. It's that horrible thing that's happened. And then I saw her at my kid's school. And you know, that fear hits you because you're like, now I have to have a face-to-face with this person and now I've made it weird. And she saw me from across the playground and she walked over and she said, I am super interested. I just haven't had time yet, but I'm interested. I will get back to you soon. And then she walked away and I just kind of went, oh my gosh, what just happened?
Right.
So that, you know, we tell ourselves these stories in our head, but you can tell yourself any story you want. Like,
yes.
Right.
Choose your own adventure.
Exactly. So, you know, I can't read people's minds. I don't know why we think we can read people's minds, but you don't know what's going on the other end of those messages. Yeah. But I'm sure it's nothing catastrophic. Right. So
yeah, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to be like, nah, I don't want to. And then they just still message back. And who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's what I tell myself. I'm like, I never see that person anyways. Like, it's weird.
They're going to see each other anyway. It's going to be fine. It's just person. Oh, my goodness. Mary said, what got me here will not get me there. Powerful. That's the thing. That's the thing, right? Well, Andrea said such good advice. We can't read people's minds. Exactly. Thank you so much for coming on here. Cause like you've been dropping some bombs and I do enjoy that. Rachel, you can tell yourself any story you want. Preach. Andrea, good reminder today. Laura, don't overthink it. So good. So good. Thank you, Pam. You're one of my favorite people. You are one of my new favorite people. Seriously. I was like, what? Whenever you started talking, I'm like, this lady, we could like sit and have coffee and talk about all sorts of interesting things. I feel like that's the thing. You need to come to Iowa, or I'm coming to Canada. I guess that's a thing.
Canada. Vancouver is where you need to aim.
Oh, it's the other way. That's the other way, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
West Coast.
I don't even know okay. Not sure what's happening. Okay. I get in a plane and then I land somewhere is what happens. Oh my word. Okay. Well, you have a fantastic night. Everybody else have a great night and we will see you later.
Thanks.
Thank you.